Hello there everyone, Xantok here with Slickstar Gaming, and welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time we let Red White know that we were onto him, and well, now we're being accused of the murder of Mia Fey. So that didn't go, exactly how we were planning it to, and now we're going to be defending our own selves in court, so fantastic! I guess we might as well get this started. September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Phoenix, look! Edgeworth? Prosecutor Edgeworth? I received a call from the public prosecutor's office yesterday. He told me that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. So it sounds like the judge has been caught by Red White's web of blackmail, and maybe Edgeworth has as well? I don't know why he... No, it wouldn't make sense for Edgeworth to tell us this stuff if he was being caught by the blackmail. Something's odd here. Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story. I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. What? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent. How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There is no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. What? Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Well, court will be opening for session soon. But hold on, wait. Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. He's not... I'll be defending myself, actually. What? Okay. Let's do this. I mean, come on. They were going to set us up with the worst person, and they didn't expect me to just say, nah, I'll take care of it myself. Please. Alright, September 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. And Maya's at our stand with us, for some reason. Okay. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of another witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. Well, that went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? And what about the whole fact that we had this other witness say it was this other person? I mean, we know that everyone made statements were all screwy, but this whole case is just utter bunk. It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Let's do it. Let's raise an objection. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White was a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Ugh. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corps. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? Oops. That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like seeing the world and I'm the last man standing? I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Alright. Let's see. It was about 9, I believe. I was quietly reading to you some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. Well, we know that's utter bullshit. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, Mr. Wright? Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, so, what statements to press? What do we need to do to witness here? I guess we'll go ahead and press the first statement. Why not? And how do you know what time it was? Because I am always abso-positively perfect, you know. No. You're not getting away with that. You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. So, what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyway, Miss May ordered room service for 9. It happened soon after the room service arrived. That's what Miss May said too. I mean, that checks out. Let's just hold back. Okay, so what were you doing at the time then? That one seems kind of fine. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. No. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attack. Yeah, let's go ahead and press somebody who's accusing us. Let's press this. Spiky-haired? That's all that was? Okay. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. And just what is your eyesight? He's gonna say absolutely. Oh no, okay. Counting both eyes? 40. You don't add them together, you dumbass! I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on anyway? And what did you do then? And what was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished. Oh, wow. She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Faye office phone? Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Faye woman. You make a good politician, Mr. White. After all, I am El Presidente. Please, continue. The victim, she ran away, but we gave chase. Well, I mean, we didn't, but let's see what he has to say. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprehende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. So that was kind of curious that Edgeworth asked, are you sure? I think that's supposed to be a hint to players like, hey, I don't like this guy, and he's lying at this point, so, step on it. And you remember when I brought up that in Miss May's testimony, she mentioned a certain direction that the victim ran in. I said that was probably going to be important. It's specific details like that that always stand out. Look at this. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right. But according to Mr. White here, she ran to the left. Uh-oh. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left. But that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing? Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? I mean, there's an easy answer here. Both witnesses are telling the truth. For once. I doubt it. Rather, that is not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Because he did it. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay and Company, of course. More specifically, he was standing here. So now I get to select on the screen where I think Red White was standing. And there's only one thing that makes sense. If Miss May was watching from the window way down here and saw the victim go right. But White says he saw them go left. The only thing that makes sense is he's standing right here. Where Miss May's right would have been his left. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point to him, it would appear that she did run to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Yeah, it is. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Oh, you provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this, I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. Can't fix a broken testimony like this, buddy. She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? No, I don't. Because I wasn't there. That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? Yeah, no shit. You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Because if I don't, I lose. Let's be real here. So this one's a little bit harder to hit than the first one was. I want to take a look at my, my court record for a moment here. Just take a look at a few things. Okay, so it says the autopsy report, she died from a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes. May have. Doesn't mention if it was once or twice, though. With a cell phone, I don't think it's really going to be applicable here. Glass shards don't make sense. Now it's the thinker, the wiretap, the receipt, the testimony. Wait. Okay. Floor plans. And that's the last thing we have. So, great. So basically, she runs to the left. She's going to run to all these, like the chair, the plant, and the glass stand all over on the left. That just doesn't sound right. Let's see. Go ahead and press him on what he's talking about directions again. What do you mean, first? First? That is what comes before what happens next. Wait. What the hell did I just say? That is what comes before... Oh, well, I actually said the quote white. Wow, it just did not sound right in my head. That's, interesting. Okay. Please, sit back, relax. I will try to use simple words for your benefit. First, she ran to the left, and then... You hit her savagely. Let's go with this statement. This one seems strange to me. What do you mean, next? Next is what comes after first. We just went over this, you simpleton. I know that. Then that is all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right. Stop saying it was me. But it was you. Mr. Wright, if you claim that it was not you, then show us proof. Can I do nothing right here? May I continue? No! That seems bullshit. You see, you hit her twice. I feel like there's something about the whole hitting her twice thing. So, you were watching both times? I suppose I was. And please excuse me for not testifying to this sooner. What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. He slipped. Let him laugh for now. I'll soon wipe that smile off his face. Okay. I'm going to assume that statement about hitting her twice, that's what I need to press on. And I'm assuming it's the autopsy report that I need to present. I'm not entirely too sure about this. Could be wrong here. When that's the case, I'm going to have to think about this a little bit more. Well, that seems like a... Oh, good. Okay, well, it didn't say in there single blow, so I wasn't entirely sure about that, because died from a blow. A blow. It doesn't say single blow. Man, game, come on now. The victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Well, that's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for another new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Oh, you may have bought out the police, but you didn't buy out the people attending and yelling at you. If the witness would care to revise his testimony, the crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White. Okay. The two accounts. What you have to say? Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her. But she dodged. And then, she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap! Well, that was, a mess. Thwap indeed. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Oh, White, you made a bad move coming to my court. Okay, that thing fall. What is he referring to? What is that thing? I want to know. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? That? Well, the glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix? Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? I mean, if you're saying it, I'm sure it is. Yeah, it is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White? Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revive his testimony. Okay, of course. Alexia was lying on the floor when I looked in. The glass stand was lying on the floor? That's the first I've heard of this. Why didn't you tell us about the stand before? Why? Me? Well, I was instructed not to. Wait. One moment. Give me a minute to gather my thoughts. I am so confused. White's falling apart. Your Honor, please. I ask that you do not allow the witness to be badgered any further. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Edgeworth is on the ropes, and so is Wright. Very well. The witness may continue his account. Now let's go back to that statement there for a second and go ahead and look at our evidence. Let's see, we've got the glass shards. But they don't really show anything. Let's look at the floor plan some more. Oh. Take a look at that. Look at the base of where the glass stand was. There is no way that, unless it fell while this event was happening, that he would have been able to see that. Nuh-uh. I call bullshit. Mr. Wright, it was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans for the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Right here. Well, note that this stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity! Mr. Wright, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. Wright? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fey Law Office. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright? You did it, didn't you? Your Honor, Miss Mia... Looks like we're about to get our verdict. What? That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. What? Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. Wright is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. Wright is the CEO of Blue Corps. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do with... Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. Wright, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct! You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Company law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Of fucking course you did. Now I'm confused. Please, explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. White, right, aye. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. He went to place the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. I'm sorry, I don't see proof that he placed the wiretap. Why isn't yours just a baseless theory? Mr. White, you will testify to the court about the wiretap. Ah, here we go. Leave it to me. Oh, I feel faint. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Company law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Well, fuck. So, you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over? By the sound? Correct. That is right. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do with that? Good luck, Phoenix. Alright, we're looking at the court record again, because what? Okay, attorney badge. Doesn't matter. The autopsy report does not apply here. The cell phone, no. Glass shards. That broke me on auto recognition. We haven't used them at all yet. The thinker, no. Wiretap. That's no information. The receipt's a deportment star receipt with letters written in blood on the back. May's testimony. And the floor plans. Cool, cool. None of that sounds helpful right now. Let's just press everything. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Faye's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Yeah, it doesn't prove it was done a week ago, or by White. Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fay & Company law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay & Company law offices. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corps is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. When you're doing things illegally, I really don't think you do. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a strong, lasting opinion on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it, there's nothing there for me to press him on. Maybe he's right. I don't know if I can bluff something out of him. Like what? What? Oh! Okay. So I pressed everything there is to press. Oh, well, this is different. I'm afraid this is as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought. Honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright? Are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. How is she here? Where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Why is Mia here? Are we dead? Huh. You're finally awake. And we're passed out again? God damn it. Phoenix? That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. What? Maya? Didn't you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So, Maya is channeling you, Mia? That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. I have? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Yeah? The one you wrote Maya on. Phoenix, White wrote that, not me. So, what am I doing with this? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. It looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000? Wow. Big spender. Item, glass light stand. Date of purchase, September 4th. September 4th. That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? That he saw it a week ago. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. Alright, September 9th, 1:16 p.m. District Court, Courtroom number 1. Let's get back to it. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant, rather, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Then, let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please, give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But, as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Okay, so we knew exactly what to do here. Mia pretty much gave... I mean, she didn't even pretty much. She gave us the answer exactly what we needed to do. Right here, he's saying... Oh. I went to the wrong part. Oh, I need to press the wrong... I skipped the statement I needed to present. Awesome. How dumb of me. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? Huh, you're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? That's the day before the murder. Oh shit. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Company law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. That was quite the reaction. Okay. Can't get out of this one, can you? No. It's impossible. Ah, boy. He's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then that is all for the trial of... Ah, come on. Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. What? Come on. He can't worm his way out of this. Oh, right. Mr. Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Huh. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. Let's object. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth. If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it will be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether your claims have any basis in factual evidence. And, I mean, that kind of checks out. Objection denied. The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. Fuck. There's no telling what will happen if I can't do this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with, or just make up, something. And after Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. The witness will stay. Mia? Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? Your Honor, if I may, you're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. Quite literally. I have something I would like to read to the court. Alright, we got a memo from Mia. Let's see what's going on with it. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop! Desist! Halt! Please, stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt. Right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. Oh, you done screwed up. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Oh, Edgeworth does not look pleased. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. If only you knew how spirited it was. Well, this court finds the defense... rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hell yeah. What happened to that perfect record there, Edgeworth? Did I just break it? Oh no. That is all. The court is adjourned. September 9th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me. And Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? My time here's running out. What? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. Seems like you've been here for a while already. No, there's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief. I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight? Say, 9? The office. I'll see you later. Chief. September 9th, 9:02 p.m. Oh no, we're late. Faye & Company Law Offices. Being here. It's hard not to think about that night. You came. Mia? I was kind of worried you might not. Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face. Mia? What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What? Did I look like my sister? Look like you were her. I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Oh, because of this. See, Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Wait. She means the office. The office. So someone has to help with the new Wright & Company Law Offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Faye, reporting for duty. Wait, no. On second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick, Maya here. Ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means? We're partners. So, our boss dies, we become the new boss, and now we hire her sister as our employee. Oh boy. You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But, if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Company Law Offices? Yeah, it's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. And that brings an end to the second case in Phoenix Wright's attorney. Right. Okay, Nick, let's do it. Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, Time's a wasting. Oh, okay, wait up. But of course, there's more cases left to play in the game. 3 more, actually. And we'll find out more about Turnabout Samurai in our next episode. I'll see you all then. Bye, everyone.